All right, hey everybody. I kind of did a cheat of an unboxing. I got some stuff here I want to show. I placed an order. This is Pop, by the way, Pop Shop. That's what my grandkids wanted to call this little YouTube channel I do. They think it's neat that I make these videos. So that's why I do it. There's a YouTube guy I really like to watch. His name's iFish. Well, I don't think that's the name his parents gave him. But that's what he goes on YouTube by. And he started selling his own tackle. And he is a ultralight fisherman. I think he was maybe into fishing carp or something at one point in time. But now he's an ultralight fisherman. And I'm an avid ultralight fisherman. Over the years, I've learned to get into nicer tackle and some of the Japanese rods and reels and some of that stuff, the JDM they like to call it. So when he started selling his own stuff, when I could catch some in stock, I thought I'm going to order some. And my order came in a few days ago, and this is the first minute I've had to sit down and kind of look at this stuff and see what I got for my money. And I thought I'd make this little video to share. Usually I just do little shorts. We'll catch fish or something, and I'll throw a video up. My grandkids think that's neat. So it's kind of fun to do. They think they're bringing me into the 21st century. Anyway, I got my order in from, let's see if I can get it on there. See if you can see it. It's probably backwards. ifishtackle.com. Like I said, he's got a YouTube channel. I was really more interested in the floats. I like to float fish. Also realize I'm saying a lot, and I'm sorry about that. I like to float fish a lot, a whole bunch, a whole bunch. First and foremost, I think these floats, if you bought them individually, would be like $3. I think is what it was on its website. If I'm wrong, don't quote me, and don't call him and fuss. It's my fault, but I want to say they were $3 because I think you got 2 floats. I think the deal was 2 floats and a matched pack of jig heads for $10. And so that makes sense. Yeah, 3 and 3 is 6, and then the pack of jig heads would have been 4. So that'd been $10. These are packaged stupendously. The float even comes with this little thing. The little bottom to the tube has got a hole in it. Your float goes right in there. So it stays nice and centered in the tube. So it'll be nice and safe. You won't break the stem or the antenna off of your float and your tackle box. Just keep them in those tubes. So when you think about what you're getting for $3, when you think about what Phil wants for just a spring floater nowadays, you know, that might be a bargain. These floats are very reminiscent, or very, maybe not reminiscent, maybe that's the wrong word. They're very much, if you follow or if you know anything about how the British guys float fish. These are, I can't remember the name of that, the diamond shape. They're kind of not really football. They've got more of a pronounced middle. But they're, you know, narrow. They're the same width at the top and the bottom. So if you just looked at it geometrically, it would be kind of a diamond shape. They're very much like that, or I think it's called a Brennan float. They're kind of this pear shape, but they don't have the little bulbous tip. They've just got this little smooth antenna bit. This feels like it might be plastic, but this feels like it might be, you know, at first I thought this was wire, but I think this might be carbon. Let me see. I got some loops right here. Let me put these. I'm sorry if I just put my belly on the camera. You know what? The light in here stinks. I feel like the stem on that float might be carbon, which might be how he controls the weight of the float itself to make the buoyancy of the float very predictable. Either way, this is a very well-made float. The graphic on it is neat. This green's a real pretty color. If I am ever blessed with the fact of knowing that Mr. iFish watched this video, I like the green better than this. I don't know if that's supposed to be, I'll show it to y'all in a minute, like a map, like a lake map, like you'd see on your GPS, you know, if you zoomed it way out, or if it's supposed to be like a tree snag or something like you'd see on your sonar. It's pretty. This is gonna sound weird, but it's almost got like a I don't know, an Italian look, like that cracked terracotta Tuscan kind of thing going on. It's very pretty, but I like the green better, and I'll tell you why. Because I just like green, if I'm honest. But it's got his little logo on it. This is the 1 gram, the 1.0. I'll get that up there so y'all can see it. And it's got this little eye on it for the attachment at the top. Focus, maybe. Who knows? I don't know. It's got this little eye right here for the attachment at the top. You don't attach it to the antenna like you would the older ones, the old school ones when I learned to do this. And then he gives you 2 pieces of this silicone tube. I don't know if you'd need to use 2 pieces. I know he did an instructional video on how to set up the perfect panfish rig, and I think he used both of them. So first go around, I'll use both of them, just kind of see what I like. But I think for $3, you're definitely getting your money's worth on those floats. I'll be honest, Mr. iFish, I was a little skeptical. But now that I have it in my hand, yeah, like that's a value. That's a real value. This would definitely be a float. If you broke off, you'd go get your float. And if a fish breaks you off, you're going to cry if you don't get that float back. Because I bet I'm going to fall in love with it. I love fishing with floats, man. Just a float and a little jig. Or my favorite is a float and a jig head tipped, like with a mealworm or a wax worm. Or a little bit of red wiggler or night crawler or something like that. Y'all, I'm having some tea. I'm in Tennessee. We're in the South, and it's almost summertime, so it's time to get out the tea. Sweet tea. I know that tickles people that aren't from here, sweet tea. Next thing I got, and I done got into these, I'm sorry, are the BG1s, the 1 gram, and the 1.25 grams. So I got the 1 gram jig heads, 1.25 gram jig heads, and the matching floats. These jig heads are super nice, super nice. I don't know how he got them black, not lead looking. It doesn't look like powder coat, and it's definitely not paint. I don't think it's going to chip. Of course, my jig heads don't get beat up that bad anyway. Let me tell you, like, that dude is sharp, like sharp. Like I can just lay it on my fingernail and it's caught. It is sharp. I don't know if that's how y'all test your jig heads, but when I was a kid, that's what the old timers used to go, drag it on your thumbnail, see if it's sharp. And it would just kind of touch and hold. And this one just, like, you just barely get it on there and it holds. And let's check a weight. I don't know if y'all will be able to, I don't know what's upside down, what's not upside down. So I'm gonna put this like this. Uh-oh, where am I getting the air? My scale's messed up here, hang on. There we go. All right, I'm in ounces. So what do I want? Carats, grams, there we go. This is not a super accurate, super high-end scale. This is something I probably got off Amazon or picked up somewhere. But let's see. I hope y'all can see that. I don't know if you can. If I try to move it, it's going to change, but you'll have to take my word for it. I don't know, y'all. I ain't got no reason to lie to you. 1.00 grams. Own the money. Let's pick another one at random. So I got number 1 and number 4. These scales aren't too bad because when I laugh and blow on them, chuckle on them, my breath hits them, they change by 1/100 of a gram. 1.00 grams. So yeah, and I'm willing to bet if I did these, they'd come in at 1.25. This is my little jig case I use. This is not one from iFish.com, so I'm not going to talk about it. I think it's very similar though. I like it because it's got the silicone. It's not foam, it's like silicone. This is a 1 gram tungsten jig head I just got off Amazon. Let's see what it comes in at. 1.11. It's hopping between 1.09 and 1.11, and it settled on 09. Let's see. Let's grab another one of it. 1.09. Let's grab the third one. 1.09. So these are consistently 9/100ths of a gram heavier than a gram, and Mr. iFish's are consistently 1 gram. And I'll tell you, if you've looked at his stuff and you're concerned, hang on, if you're concerned about the little bitty hooks, these number 12 hooks, because I was, not immensely, because I've got them, I ordered them, but don't be at all, because here's the hook I got. So this shiny, that's the Amazon 1 grammer, and then this one's, so you can tell there's a massive hook difference. But if you're using a trout magnet, or I use a little bitty jig, and I don't have any in here, and it's raining, and they're out in a boat, so I'm not gonna go and get any. They're from a guy, I don't know if his name's Bob or not, but he's on crappie.com, and I'm kind of doing this video, I guess, for the guys on crappie.com, because they'll probably be the only ones that see it. But I get them from him. It's Bob's Jigs, or bobjigs.com or bobjigs.com or something like that. Google Bob's Jigs, and I bet something comes up. I think he's in Texas. He makes the coolest little tiny little 1-inch stinger jigs, and man, where I live, bluegill hate them things. Like, they just can't stand them. They see one, they got to kill it. So I keep lots of them around. I try to. I'm getting low, and I gotta reach out to them, see if I can get some more. But they'd be a perfect fit on this. I may do a video with them rigged up, and show Mr. iFish how well they work on his number 12 hooks on his BG1 jig heads. So you get 5 of these. I think it was $4. And if I'm quoting this wrong, please don't fuss at him, fuss at me. But I think you get 5 jig heads for $4. And they weigh exactly what he says they weigh. These tungsten ones from Amazon was $11 for 10 of them. And so far, none of them have weighed a gram. So do your research. Anyway, that's what I got. I'll do another video the first time I fish with this stuff, which hopefully will be here in a couple of days. It's getting about floating fishing time. I think the shell cracker are almost done around here. And that's when I do just kind of a twitch and a jig on the bottom, or just dragging a night crawler on the bottom. Soon I'll be looking at a depth and suspending, and that's when I'm gonna give these floats a chance to shine. And I think I'm probably gonna go ahead and jump online and order some of the 1.5 gram ones for a different kind of rig I like to do. If I think about it, I'll make another video and show y'all. Well, that's about it, really. I just wanted to tell everybody that if you do order from iFish, and I get nothing from him, I want to make clear that I'm not a big YouTuber. I do this because my grandkids think it's neat. And my other kids think it's neat that their own pop is coming into the future. I get nothing from this. I paid for every bit of this. iFish has no idea who I am, even though I get the idea now. We live in the same state. That because I know one of the lakes he fishes in. I don't live far from it. And ironically, I don't fish there because it's a pay lake. There's too much free water to fish in. I get nothing. He has no idea I'm doing this. I asked for nothing. He gave me nothing. I just wanted to do this because I know on the crappie.com forum, I know a lot of those guys watch him, and a lot of them are far more serious about their stuff than I am. And I wanted them to maybe get a feel for what they would be getting if they ordered some stuff from him, because he seems like a pretty good dude. There's one guy on there that speaks pretty highly of him. And he seems like a pretty good dude, and that he wants to do good for the world of fishing, and that's always good. And that's about how I'm going to end this. If you get a chance, give his stuff a try. Like I said, I get nothing from it. I want nothing for it. I just want everybody to know that I think this guy is trying to bring some nice stuff to the world of pan fishing and ultralight fishing. And now seeing the quality of it, like I think it's a real value. I know $4 for 5 jig heads when you grew up like me, and you got like 10 jig heads for $1.25 or something at the local box store or something like that. But I mean, that was 40 years ago, 35 years ago. The world is a different place now. But when I'm like, golly, 5 and that pack's $4, but my God, the quality. Like this stuff is really nice, and I'm very, very excited to fish with it. I'll follow up if anybody's interested and let you know how this stuff fishes. But if you're thinking about ordering it from him, I'd do it. I've spent a whole lot more money and got a whole lot less tackle for what I got invested in this $20 worth of stuff right here. It was packed very well. Nice thick bubble envelope. These tubes on these floats are awesome. They're going to live in there forever. Of course, the jigs will get jig heads and live in my little jig box. Anyway, y'all have a good one. Have fun out there. Go fishing. If you can, take a little one fishing and teach them how. Bye.